everyone, welcome to my YouTube channel Study with Soumya. Make sure to subscribe this channel if you haven't subscribed till now. So do subscribe and turn on the bell icon so that you don't miss any update from the channel itself. Also do join us at our Telegram channel. The link for the Telegram channel is provided in the description itself. So make sure to join, be a part of our family. So basically, Tech Mahindra had started sending mails regarding the assessment. Okay, so the internship opportunity that they were providing, so now they were sending the mails to the registered students for the assessment. Okay, so in this video, I'm going to discuss the coding question that is going to be helpful for you in the Tech Mahindra exam, because Tech Mahindra also has coding section besides all other sections. Okay, so make sure to watch the complete video. This video is definitely going to be very helpful for you. Also, do subscribe the channel if you haven't subscribed it now. Join us at our Telegram channel. Right, so let's start with the question now. So in the question, I will discuss two approaches basically. There are various methods to solve a question, but you have to go with the optimized one, the solution which is optimized one. Okay, so let's see the question and let's have the discussion regarding the solutions possible. So this is the question basically, that you have been given two unsorted arrays A1 and A2, right? So two arrays A1 and A2 are provided to you. Also, they have mentioned that these array can contain duplicates also. So they can have duplicates also. What we have to do, so for each element in A1, right, for each element in A1, we have to count the elements less than or equal to it in array A2. For example, with the help of example, you will get a proper understanding that what the question is trying to say. So in the input we are getting M1, M2. So M1 is the size of A1, that is 5, and M2 is the size of A2, that is 7. So A1 is having elements 89, 67, 78, 55, 11, and A2 is having elements 98, 28, 63, 40, 11, 10, 5, right? So what basically we have to do, you have to count elements less than or equal to it in array A2. For example, we come to this 89, and what is the output here? 66653, 66653. This is what we are getting. So you have to count the elements present in array A2. This is A1, this is A2, right? So you have to count the elements present in A2 which are less than, basically count you have to determine. So count of the elements which are less than or equal to this particular element first. Okay, so how many elements are less than or equal to 89? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Okay, so 6 will be printed. Next, we will move to 67. Okay, so for 67 also 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. So again 6 will be printed. About 78. Now we have 78. So here also 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. 6 will be printed. Next, we will move to 55. So the elements less than or equal to 55 are 1, then 2, then 3, then 4, then 5. Because 63 is greater than, right? So we won't include 63. Next, we have 11. So for 11, which elements are greater than or equal to 11? 10, 10, 11, 5. Okay, these three elements. So 3. So that's why we are getting 6, 6, 6, 5, 3. So basically in the question, you have to determine the count of the elements that are less than or equal to the elements in array A2. So now you must have got the proper understanding about the question, that what they are asking in the question. Before discussing the approach, let me tell you the level of coding question that you are going to get in Tech Mahindra. So level of coding question is going to be easy only, right? Even the question that I am going to discuss here may be a case that you are not even going to get that much level of difficulty, because they are going to ask you very easy question. Believe me about this. And if you are solving the question with Python, just 3 to 4 lines, you will be able to solve that. But where they are eliminating the students, cutoff is very high. Okay, cutoff is very high. So that you have to take care of. Okay, so you have to take care of the cutoff because it is very, very high. So you have to make as many questions correct as possible, especially when it comes to essay writing, aptitude, reasoning, and so. Okay, so be well versed with these things. Make sure to score as much as you can in the aptitude, reasoning, English part, essay writing, and so. And for sure, coding as well. Okay, because coding is also an important section. So you cannot just ignore it. Okay, so you have to score as much as possible. Okay, and basically there are some doubts regarding the thing. So basically, as of now, it is an internship. Tech Mahindra is providing internship, and according to your performance, you will be under probation during this time of internship, and according to your performance, you will be provided full-time role at Tech Mahindra. So as of now, this is just an internship, but after the completion of internship, according to your performance, you will be provided full-time role. Okay, so that is the thing. So now let's discuss the brute force approach that will first come to your mind, that how to solve this question. So what you will think, or what we will first think, that basically let's take two loops. Okay, let's take two loops. The first loop will be going through each and every element of the first array, that is A1, and another loop that is another loop that is inner loop that will keep track of elements of array A2. So what we will do, see, we will run a loop like this. So for int I equal to 0, I less than m1 I plus plus. See, m1 is the size of array 1, right? So that's why we are having m1 I plus plus. Next, we will take a variable count. We will take a variable c basically to count the number of elements. And I am initializing here because after each, for example, we counted the things for 89. Next, again for another element for 77, we want count to be 0 again. So that's why I am taking this in c equal to 0 here inside the loop. Now inner loop will be running as j equal to 0, j less than m2. M2 is the size of array 2 and j plus plus. And here what we have to check when we have to increment the value of count, a2, if a2 of j, right, if a2 of j is less than equal to a1 of I. So if a2 of j is less than equal to a1 of I, in that case we have to increment the value of c. Okay, and after coming out of this loop, what we will do, we will simply just print the value of c. We will simply print the value of c. Okay, so this is how it is going to be. So this is how we are supposed to do this. So now you must have got the idea that how we are going to solve this problem. But there is one problem with that solution. The problem is regarding time complexity. That is time complexity. So what is going to be the time complexity? It is depending on the size of array A1 and array A2. So that is going to be M1 into M2. Okay, so that is the time complexity. And talking about space complexity, so it is going to be big of 1 only because we are not we are not taking any of extra space. Okay, so there is an efficient solution possible for this, and this solution matters because generally in the coding they can you can easily solve this question using this solution, but they will certainly give you a complexity constraint. They can give you that you have to solve this particular solution, okay, or in some kind of better complexity. So suppose like as n log n kind of complexity you have to take. So what to do in that case? What is the another efficient solution possible? Well, we will discuss about this efficient solution also, but let's first implement this one and then we will talk about the next solution possible. So here, first we will take int m1 comma m2 comma m2. M1 is the size of array A1 or M2 is the size of A2. Okay, and then just let's take this as input. So C in M1, C in M2, right? And then we have to take integer array as well. So A1, M1, A2, M2. Okay. And then what we have to do, we have to run our loop. So to take the input values, so I less than M1, I plus plus, C in A1 of I, another loop for I equal to 0, I less than M2, I plus plus, and C in A2 of I, right? So now we have taken the input values from the user for array A1 and array A2 as well. Now we have to implement the actual logic. So what is the logic? Int I equal to 0, I equal to 0, I less than M1, I plus plus. Now here we have to take a variable for counting purpose. Now we will do int j equal to 0, j less than M2, j plus plus. Now here what we have to do, we have to check if A2 of j is less than equal to A1 of I. So what we have to do, we have to increment the count. And after coming out of the loop, we will simply print C value to give some space. Let's take this space here, and that's it. Okay, so let's run the code to confirm that we are getting the expected output. So let's run the code now. So 5 is the size of A1, 7 is the size of A2. Then let's take the values for array A1, that is A1, 81, 67, 78, 55, 11. For A2, we will take 98, 28, 63, 40, 11, 10, 5, right? So you can see we are getting the expected output, that is 66653. Okay, so this approach is working fine, but now we have to give an optimized solution. Okay, because the time complexity for this particular solution is big O of M1 into M2. Can we have an efficient solution better than this one? Yes, we can have. And this strategy that we are going to follow in that efficient solution is of using binary search. So let us see that how we are going to use binary search to have an efficient solution for this particular question. Okay, so another efficient solution better than the previous one we have is that what we can do, that is our array A2. That this is one array. We can do, let's sort this first. We will sort the array, right? So we will first sort the array. Then what we will do, we will traverse through the elements of this particular array, that is A1. Okay, so we will traverse through the elements present in the array A1 from starting to the end. And what we will do, for each and every element that is present in the A1, we will do the binary search on the second array. For example, first we are considering 89. So with respect to 89, we will do the binary search in a second array after sorting. After sorting, what this array is going to look like: 5, 10, 11, 28, 40, 63, 98. Okay, so this is how the array will look like after sorting. So for 89, we will do the binary search in the second array, that is A2. And then what we will do, we will find here the index of the largest element that is smaller than or equal to the element of first array. Suppose right now we are considering 89. So we will look for the largest element. We will look for the index of the largest element, which is either smaller or equal to the element of first array. That is, currently we are taking 89. So which is the largest element here? 98, right? 98 is the okay, but 98 is greater than 89, so we won't consider 98. We have to consider the largest element, index of the largest element, which is either smaller or equal. So we will go with 63. What is the index of 63? So 0, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Right? So this is the index of 63. So what we will do, so this index, the index of the largest element will give the count of elements. Okay, you can see we are having 63 here. So what we will do, what is the index of 63? 0, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 5, right? So we will print this index plus 1 in the output. That is going to be 6. Now if we are considering 67. So for 67, we have to find the largest element, index of the largest element, that is smaller than or equal to 67. So which is that? 63 is the possible element, right? So for this one also we will print index plus 1, that is 6. Now again we have 78. So for this also we have to print 6. Now we have 55. So for 55, which one is the largest element? 40, right? Because 63 we can't consider because it is greater than. We have to consider the element which is either less than or equal to the element that we are considering in the array A1. What is the index of 40? 0, 1, 2, 3, 4. So we will print index plus 1, that is 5 will be printed. Next we are having 11. So for 11, we have the 0, 1, 2. So index plus 1, that is 3 will be printed. Okay, so how we will get the element, the largest element that we are talking about? By using binary search. Okay, so by doing the binary search on the second array, that is A2, we will find the index of the largest element, that is either smaller than or equal to the element of the first array element that is we are considering. Okay, so now you must have got the idea that what we are actually trying to do and what we will do in this efficient solution. So let's quickly move to the code part now and let us implement this solution. Okay, so this much part is already done. We have taken the input from the user, the size of A1, A2, that is M1, M2, the elements of A1, A2. Now what we have to do first? So first we have to sort the second array, right? As discussed. So first we have to sort the second array. So let's take the function sort to sort the second array. So that is A2 comma A2 plus M2. So here what we are doing, we are sorting the second array. Now what we have to do, so we will simply run a loop int I equal to 0, I less than M1, I plus plus. Okay, and here what we will do, so basically we will take a variable, integer variable, that is C. So from here we will call the function, we will implement the binary search function. Y is missing. Binary search function. So we have to do the binary search on array A2. So what we are going to pass to this function? A2 0, that is starting index, and the last index of array A2, that is M2 minus 1, and the element according to which we have to do the binary search. So that is A1 of I. Okay, one by one we are going to consider each and every element of the array A1, right? As discussed, we have already discussed the flow of the code. Now with what we will do, we will just simply print the C value here. Also we have to add 1 to it. We have already discussed why. So we have to add, because we are going to get the index, and to that index we have to add 1 to get the expected output. Okay, so that is the thing. Now what is remaining? So we have to simply implement the binary search function. So let's implement the binary search. So in ARR, int low, int high, and int LE. This is the element that we have to consider. So here we will simply run a loop as we usually do in the binary search, that while low is less than equal to high, so we have to calculate a middle element, that is low plus high, divide by 2. Now we have to check if ARR of mid is less than equal to LE. In that case, what we have to do, we have to move in the right side direction, right? So we will update the value of low as mid plus 1. Okay. As if this is not the case, so we have to move in the left direction. So high equal to mid minus 1. And after coming out of this loop, we have to simply return the value of high, right? And we are done. Okay, I missed this square brackets here, right? So let's run the code now. So 5, 7, this is M1, M2, then 89, 67, 78, 55, 11. And for A2, we have 98, 28, 63, 40, 11, 10, 5. Right, so you can see we are getting the expected output. Now this solution that we just discussed using the binary search is an optimized version, right? So this is the optimized solution than the previous one that we discussed. So what is going to be the time complexity for this particular solution? So it is going to be like big O of m1 log n plus m2 log n, right? Because here we are reducing the problem by using the binary search. And this m1 log n, and so we are getting due to the sorting thing, because we are first sorting by array. Okay, and a space complexity, again here also it is going to be big of 1, because we are not taking any extra space, right? So I hope you have liked the video, you understood both the approaches. You can go with any, but if there is any sort of a time complexity constant, then for sure you cannot follow the first approach. You have to go with this second approach only, right? So thank you so much for watching this video. Make sure to subscribe this channel and do join us at our Telegram channel. Keep preparing and keep watching the videos. Thank you. Bye bye.